Am I the a-hole for kicking out my wife's parents for how they treated my mom? Last weekend, my mom and younger brother, 12, visited my wife and me. One of my sisters also lives in the same city as do my wife's parents. On Saturday my wife invited my mom, brother, and sister, and my wife's parents to a dinner/get-together at her home, as our parents haven't seen each other since our son was born 6 years ago. I did not like the idea, but my wife was set on it. Our parents have never gotten along well. My in-laws are wealthy whereas my mom has always been poor and myself and my brother help support her now. At 51 my mom is also young compared to them, 70 plus. In the past my in-laws have said some things about my mom that have upset me, but I've tried to not let it bother me. The night started badly when my wife asked my mom about her boyfriend and her dad started asking her questions about him. Why didn't she invite him? What's his job? But then getting more invasive and essentially implying single moms shouldn't date and making a suggestive remark about her kids having different dads. I was already irate at this point, but my wife was able to deflect the conversation. Over the course of the night, they continued to make negative remarks that were directed at my mom. Even when my Mill was congratulating my sister about getting into law school, she used it to backhand my mom by saying how impressive it was considering where she came from. Mill also kept trying to police how my mom interacted with my son. A couple of times she told my son off for how he was playing with my mom despite the fact I was right there if he needed disciplining. I could see my mom was getting upset and because she was staying with us, she couldn't even leave. I was able to talk to her privately and asked if she was alright. She said she was fine, but she seemed very distressed. My mom has a history of mental illness and has an anxiety disorder that often leads to her struggling in social situations. My mom silently went to our spare room without saying anything to anybody else. I decided to politely ask my in-laws to leave and explain to them that I wouldn't tolerate them speaking to my mom the way they had that night. My wife and Phil tried to talk to me about it, but I told them I didn't want to discuss it right now, I just wanted them to leave. I didn't want to talk because I was already very angry and didn't want to lose my temper. After they left my wife and I started arguing. She tried to downplay how her parents were treating my mom and make it seem like I was reading too much into their words. She also argued that even if I wanted her parents to leave, I should have discussed it with her first, ignoring the fact I couldn't have done that without extracting her from a conversation with everyone, and I was disrespecting her by not getting her permission. She now thinks I'm treating her family badly when it was her parents that wouldn't stop disparaging my mom, and I know she noticed because she kept trying to intervene. Am I the a-hole for kicking them out?